So I want to thank everybody for coming. Our goal is to keep the kids safe. And the odds are none of this is ever going to happen to them. But you got to be prepared if it does. So actually lately I've been hearing abductions of teens and adults. But it happens to kids even more. So our training is aimed to increase children's awareness of potential dangerous situations against child predators, abductors, and child abusers. As a last resort, giving our children a fighting chance. You guys heard what I said? Last resort. All of you are adults. Every one of you could overpower a child. Now, what we want is they don't get grabbed. If they get grabbed, I'm going to teach them how to hurt adults. But it might not work. All you got to do is smack them good and knock them out. So, let me get to it, sorry. So this workshop, we're going to break it down in 3 parts. 1, the movie, Journey of the Steel-Proof Master. And you guys will understand why we play it. It's an entertaining movie, fantasy movie, but that relates to different types of not stranger danger, but abuser, child molesters, abductors, and all that. The second part is maybe the most important, nonverbal defense. I'm going to give you different scenarios, and you're going to practice with them. And then you're going to do it at home. And the third part is the physical. The physical is the hardest for them to do. And by the way, these techniques work the same for an adult being abducted. But the difference is the adult most likely is not going to get picked up. What I'm working the most on them is being picked up. Just quick statistics before we start. Over 1 million children are abused, molested, or abducted every year. There are numerous child molesters on the prowl in Miami Dade County. According to statistics, the majority of crimes against children are committed by someone the child knows. Super important to understand that. The child is usually scared, ashamed, embarrassed to say no or to tell the parents. As parents, you need to empower your children. I can't do that. You got to do that. To say no. Tell me what a stranger is.
I know.
Wait, let me see. Let me get... Here, I'll ask you. What is it?
A stranger is somebody you don't know.
Perfect. Exactly. Would anybody have any other answer? Yes, sir.
A stranger can be mean if you don't know who he is. He can fight you, and if you don't know who he is, he can hit you.
Right, but he doesn't have to be mean. Okay, a stranger, okay, real quick, but he already gave the correct answer. Yes.
The stranger is a bad guy first.
No. Stranger doesn't have to be a bad guy. Yes.
A stranger is somebody that you cannot give the reason or let them do things.
No. Okay, stop. He gave the right answer. See, normally most people give the wrong answer. And then somebody, or I'll tell them the correct answer. Listen good. Need everybody to look at me. All a stranger is somebody you don't know. Guess what? To you, to whoever here is not my student, I'm a stranger. You guys understand that?
Yeah, we're laughing.
Not to you because you're my student. But look at me, guys. I need you to understand. A stranger is a person you don't know. You don't know me. Some of you that are here. Okay, so when we talk about, you'll understand why I'm telling you this later. So, a stranger does not have to be bad. Could be bad. The odds are most strangers are not bad. But, look at me. You do not talk to a stranger unless your parent's there. He didn't do anything wrong. His parents are here. So that's why he spoke to me. But if his parents weren't here and he was walking down, I don't know, I don't think he'll be by himself, and I come up to him and talk to him, you shouldn't talk to me. If your parent, everybody paying attention, this is one of the most important things. If your mom or dad are not with you, and an adult or teenager comes to speak to you, you tell them, hold on, let me get an adult, or run away. Most of the time, they are nice, but you don't speak to strangers. Yes, sir?
Like, they try to be nice to, like, so, like, they give you candy and stuff.
Exactly.
To, like, to kidnap you.
Exactly. And the movie's gonna explain it, and we're gonna practice it later. So I just need everybody looking at me. I remember? Okay, let me hear it. 3 rules of concentration are. So focus your eyes, you're looking at me. I see people not looking, so you're not paying attention. Focus your mind. If you don't blink, you're not listening. You're daydreaming. And this is one of the most important things. Most strangers are not bad, but we still do not speak to any stranger unless your mom and dad are there. Has everybody got that?
Yes,
or
sir.
if you're in school, your school teacher's there and somebody comes to speak. All right, so the other thing is you don't let them get close to you. And later we're going to talk more about that. So if I'm a stranger and your mom and dad aren't around and I walk up here, he should walk back. You don't let him touch you or grab you even more. All right, so unfortunately we have many sick adults and teenagers that might want to sexually assault them. It could be a friend or a relative you trust. Guess what? It's most of the time is somebody that you never expect. It could be a coach. It could be a martial arts instructor. I've heard it in the news, which I feel like going and kicking their ass for making other instructors look bad. It could be a Boy Scout leader, a lot of times. Could be a priest or a pastor, very well known. So the people that they believe and trust in, a lot of times are molesters. They look and act normal. That person with that weird look and scary, they're going to do nothing to them because they're going to run away, is the one they trust. And again, parents, this is just me. Honestly, if I see a guy that's not married, unless he's a superstar soccer, baseball, basketball player, coaching kids, I'll be keeping my eye on him. Because I'll be honest with you guys, before I thought I was going to get married, I wouldn't talk to kids. A kid talked to me, hey, what's up? Walk away. When I see somebody that's very friendly with kids, females are different, but men, and you're not getting married or you're thinking of having kids, I find it weird. That's just me. This is nothing that I've studied, it's me. I'm very, remember I worked 10 years at a prison. I'm very paranoid on a lot of different things. And with my kids, oh boy, maybe they're lucky they weren't my kids. I wouldn't let them go anywhere with anybody unless it was my parents or that was about it. And if there was a time where her mother wanted to take them somewhere and there were some people going that I didn't know, I said, no, that is my mother. I go, yeah, but I don't know those other people. That's the way I was. Because of working at a prison and then the studies that I've done. So, kids, look at me. This is another important thing. Look at me. I see people not looking at me. Wherever you and parents, you can go deeper into this than me. Wherever you wear a bathing suit, boys wear it here, girls wear it here. Wherever you wear a bathing suit, no one can look or touch. And you cannot look or touch. And your parents will explain more. If somebody tries to look or touch where you wear a bathing suit, you slap them, scream, look for your parents or look for another adult. Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir!
And your parents should be the one explaining it to you better. And as I was saying, we live, I don't know if you guys heard this was recent. We live in a sick, perverted world. A professor in Texas, school teacher in Texas, said that the word pedophile should not be used to refer to people who are attracted to children. This is in a school. I get goosebumps because I'll be honest, guys, I'm not a violent person. I walk away from fights, but that's someone I would love to give a beating to. He said that people that are attracted to children or want to have sex with children should not be called pedophile. They should be called MAPS, minor attracted person. This is in America, in Texas. Okay, that's diabolical to me. And if you haven't heard it, guys, parents, look at me. Not trying to scare anybody, open your mind. Do your research. There's so many crazy things happening in the world, but you don't see most of it. It was in the news, by the way, but it wasn't really big. Actually, no, I didn't see it in the regular news. I saw it on something that popped up online. So it's really important. Me, as a Christian, the Bible says, if anyone causes one of the little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large stone hung around their neck to be drowned in the depths of the sea. So how the heck can you find a priest or a pastor that touches a kid? It's diabolical. Because if you know what's going to happen to you, why would you do that? And they're sick. Remember when I said you don't keep a secret with your parents?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My students, if I can tell you a secret, or I tell anybody here in the school, maybe another kid, maybe another adult, hey, go tell so-and-so a secret. Better tell your parents quick, because it could be a test. Because you never, okay, wait, so you understand. If your mom or your dad tells you, don't tell your mom that we're going to do a surprise birthday party, that's different. And by the way, your mom and dad can tell you to keep a secret. Do you guys understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can I tell you to keep a secret?
No, sir. No, sir.
Can another student tell you to keep a secret?
No, sir.
You tell them. Because when people, if it's not your mom and dad, but especially an adult that tells you to keep a secret, is something wrong. Because adults shouldn't. So, before we go into the verbal, we got a few things we got to talk about that you understand. Now, anytime you get yourself in any situation that you saw here, or any situation that we're going to practice, you scream loud. This is not my parent. This is not my parent. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let's say a stranger comes to talk to you, and you tell them, listen, let me get an adult. I don't speak to strangers, whatever. And they come at you, you scream, this is not my parent, this is not my parent. Guess what, parents? This is important. You know why? I don't, if they're my student, I don't think they would do this, right? But I've been to the supermarket, I've been to the store, and I've seen parents trying to control their kid, and the kid's on the ground screaming and kicking, and it's just a kid that wasn't raised right. But that's what happens. So they start screaming and yelling. I don't know. I walk all the time, and I'm not going to say every day, but I go to places and I see parents screaming at their kids. I've seen kids on the ground kicking and yelling, no, leave it. And it's their mom and dad. So what I'm getting at is that's why you parents have to tell them. Say, this is not my parent. Screaming loud, this is not my parent. There's a lot of reasons to scream for somebody to help you. The other one is when you get scared or when you get in a stress. Adults do too. That's what I teach in Krav Maga. When you get stressed, you hold your breath. You hold your breath, you start getting dizzy. When you project your voice, you breathe because you have to exhale. It's a natural thing. So, scream to attract attention and not to hold your breath. So, just like they said there, your first defense is your brain. If I am an adult and I grab him here, now it's harder for him to escape. I'm going to show you what to do, but it's still hard because adults are stronger. Okay, so, see where I'm at. First defense is your brain, as I was saying. Do not get caught by that predator. Okay? Situational awareness of utmost importance. That's why I tell you guys in class, stop playing so much video games. And a lot of times, I'll tell you, sparring stance, touch your front leg. When I say move, throw a front kick with the front leg. Touch your front leg, and I go move, and you go, you just touch your front leg. You know what it was? You're daydreaming. And that's how you're going to get grabbed by a stranger that's bad. Or it doesn't have to be a stranger. It could be somebody you know. So, again, you know how important this is? the third time I'm going to mention it, and they mention it there. Never keep a secret from your parent. If anyone tells you to keep a secret, tell your parents quick and right away. Did everybody understand that?
Yes, sir!
Again, if your mom and dad tells you a secret, then you keep it to yourself. They are your utmost authority, and they're going to do whatever they can that's best for you. But another adult shouldn't be. Now, before we even go to the next one, an adult should never ask you for anything. I don't ask kids that I don't know something. Well, a little while ago, I took both of you in there to show you the technique we're going to do so you can help me demonstrate. Okay, but I took both of you. I wouldn't take one of you alone. And first of all, I'm not going to do nothing, but you got to keep that in your mind. Yeah, parents, I will not do anything. I will not put myself in a situation with a child, even though I know I'm not a predator, that if I see somebody else do it, will make me think. So if you see somebody, oh no, he's a nice guy, he didn't mean it. Why? Why? Why would somebody take your child to a place if they're nice? I mean, I think of what I'm not going to do to your kid, what if they would have done to my son. I don't have a daughter, I have two sons. I would have been, what's going on? Why? Why did that person do or say that to you? So, remember, we talked about it already. This is the two things that are super important that we already talked about. Your private parts. No one can look or touch where you wear a bathing suit. Boys wear it here, girls wear it here. Nobody can look or touch. If I tell you right now, you like this pen?
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Whoever gets it first can have it. You're really going to come and get it?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay, so parents, this is funny because, no, it's not funny. To me it is, but it is not funny, haha. Weird. I used to do, because the course that I took showed you this. Listen, parents, and I'll tell you why I stopped. I used to get a pretty coin and go, if you know where the coin is, on the third time you'll get it. Boom, here, here. I would put it in my pocket, and I would always pick a kid that trusted me. But before that, I would come, well, they're here, I would go to the parents alone and say, when the child comes to get the coin, scream, stop, no! Guess what? One time I did it to this little girl that was very nice and really kind of, I guess, liked me a lot, right? So I pick her because I think I can trick her. And when the parents screamed no, she just started crying that it broke my heart. And I tried to explain what it was. No, but you're not supposed to touch anybody there. It was just so bad. And then another day, I wasn't expecting them to do that either. Another day I did it, and it was with the coin. I did the same thing without calling someone. Okay, I explained what I just explained to you, and I did it. And as I put it in my pocket, more than one kid went to get it without me telling them to get it. So you guys, more, because you got to teach them. I learned that in that course that I took, because it's not a mean person, it's a trick, and you guys saw it there. So if I said you do not touch, look, or let anybody look, or you don't touch or look where the person wears a bathing suit, where do I wear a bathing suit? Here, right? So why would some people want to come? You guys understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes, sir!
They're going to trick you. They're sick in the brain, and they're going to try to trick you. So don't fall for it. And parents, you got to work it. This is not one time. You got to practice it at home. Just like anti-bullying, we do continuously. We're going to do this for a few weeks, and then we're going to start the deeper anti-bullying that we've been doing. So, car. Never, ever, ever accept a ride in a car from anybody unless your parents tell you it's okay. So if there's a stranger in a car talking to you, go the other way. Do not come close. Today they have GPS. When we got this, yeah, strangers, which I never did that. We would teach. You're driving, somebody comes and says, hey, can you help me find this address? Run. I'm going to get an adult and run. Well, guess what? Could it happen today? Yes. But man, if today somebody asks a kid for an address, There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're trying something because you got that GPS. I know the GPS sometimes takes you to the wrong place, but everybody on their phone has a GPS. Remember, that movie is old. I got it in 2004. It might have been before. And then the guy at the end is the guy that made it. He is a martial arts instructor. I met him because it was originally VHS. And then eventually, I didn't have a VHS here. Now I do. I saw him again, and I bought the DVD. And like I said, the reason I brought it, if you want to see it again or tell somebody else to see it, this is how it looks. They told me today, they just told me, I didn't know it, that it's on YouTube. So it looks like this, and it says, Journey of the Steel-Proof Master. Steel like stealing, not like steel hard, you know. So this is, I put it there for that. If you want to see it again, or show it to someone else. Which now, when I do this next year, maybe, I think this TV, I have YouTube on it, then I don't have to bring the thing, it'll be easier, yes? Yeah, after class, you guys can take a picture of it. All right, so listen up, because we got to keep on going. Time is running. Never talk to a stranger. Remember what we said, look at me. A stranger is not mean, a stranger is not someone that's going to hurt you. Most strangers are good, but you still don't talk to them, unless your parents are there. So right now, I'm a stranger to a few of you, but your parents are there. But if you didn't know me, and I went up to you in public, first, guys, I wouldn't do it. But if I don't know a kid, I know there's people that are nice, and they start talking to the kid. I don't talk to a kid if his parents isn't there. Even if his parents is there, I rarely talk to a kid unless the kid asks me something. So, never talk to strangers. And again, strangers are not mean-looking, ugly. No, the nice strangers are the one you got to be more careful. You saw it there. At home. And right after this, we're going to start with the techniques. At home. Everybody listening? Everybody sit straight and look at me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Somebody knocks on your door, rings the bell, do not open it. Get your mom or dad. What if you open that door and they grab you right away? Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
I've had kids open doors when I've been places and I couldn't believe it. Yes.
This happened to me before. I was way before this. I heard someone knocking and it sounded like something else, and then I was gonna open the door, but then when I grabbed the handle, my mom told me, "Stop, let me open it."
Very good mom you have that told you. But she shouldn't have to tell you, you got to know that, okay? So you learn the lesson. We make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, but as long as you learn. Yes, sir.
Sometimes I check the window to see what it is, sir.
But you still don't open it. Okay, now listen up. I'm going to jump, and because this one, I'm going to jump, where is it? To this. And then we're going to go through the non-physical techniques. The code word. Okay, parents, listen up. And actually, I had a student that used it, even though it wasn't a bad situation. The code word. You should have a code word with your kids. That only, if you have 3 kids, the other 2 don't know it. So the code word, something weird, something crazy. Purple hurricane bird. That doesn't even make sense, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say, first of all, I'm not going to pick you up at school. But let's say your mom or dad told you one day, oh, Mr. Anta's going to pick you up at school. I doubt it. But what if? And I come to pick you up. Then you would ask me the code word to make sure. Mr. Anta, what's my code word? Or let's make it more difficult. Your mom and dad didn't tell you I was going to pick you up at school. They forgot. And I go to school and I say, let's go. Your mom and dad told me that they're going to for me to pick you up at school. Let's go. Okay, Mr. Anta. No. You go, what's the password? If I don't know your password, you tell the school teacher I can't leave with them. First of all, the school's not going to let you go, most likely, unless they mess up, unless somebody's on the list. But what if? And what happened real quick is we got to move, because we got a lot of things. It was nothing bad that happened. I had a student we're talking about over 20 years ago. I've been teaching 24 years. I say 22 years ago. His mom didn't tell him that someone was going to pick him up. in soccer. So the mom of another kid said, it was Giordano, he's just a man now. Giordano, your mom told me to pick you up, not to pick you up, to go home with us. She said, what's the password? What are you talking about? She had to call the mom. Hey, he won't come. He says there's a password. So what happened was, there was nothing wrong, but she forgot to give him. Now, she put him on the phone and said, it's okay. But you see what I'm trying to say? Even if you need to have the password. Now, if they use it one day, change it. If somebody hears it, change it. Okay, so I jumped to that one because I was at the end, but that one we don't need to do physically. Work with it. So, the first one that we're gonna do, and then you guys are gonna spread out. Okay, the first one. Give me a second. Yes. You're gonna do a scenario. Okay? You're gonna do a scenario. Come on. We're not doing the physical that I did. You don't know what I'm gonna do right now. So I didn't tell anybody what we're gonna do on this. So the scenario is I am his neighbor. That he has gone to my house, has hung out in my house. Right? And I'm gonna come up to you and go, listen, do me a favor, and it's true. I have this bad shoulder and I can't carry all the groceries and I need to take them up fast. Well, I set up, I don't live in an apartment, but let's say that, okay? So what he's gonna tell me is, oh, I'll give you $20 if you help me with the groceries. What he needs to do is go now, hold on, let me ask my mom and dad. Okay, so let's try it. I'm gonna come in. Nico, you know how much my shoulder is hurting. I have a lot of things. I have to take it real quick. Mrs. Anta's waiting for me. I'm gonna give you $20 if you help me with the grocery. Come on, help me.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my mom and dad, sir.
Exactly. I'm gonna ask my mom and dad. You guys understand? Listen, I'm gonna say all the scenarios, but you're gonna work one at a time. Then we're gonna do the physical. So the next one is gonna be the predator. There's two ways. You pick the one you want. And by the way, this one works because I've seen it happen. Not in a real way, in a scenario that all the kids went. So now the person comes, nice person, maybe with his dog, nice little puppy. Hey, look at my puppy. And all of you are going to come and pet the puppy. You shouldn't, but you will. And then he's going to say, he's very thirsty. Could you help me find somewhere to a water spigot or a hose so I could give him water? And believe me, we did that one time. I remember telling Mrs. Anta, because I had trained my youngest son so much not to do that. Just like I'm doing with you, but I would do it at home all the time. And I go to her. He's not going to go. It was a TV show that they were doing. And I go to her. You see, John Paul's not going to go with him. Guess what? He was the leader. He's the first one. Oh, come on. And all the kids followed him. I freaked out because what I'm telling you guys is, and I would work this continuously. So you've got to work it even more continuously. So right now, if I come, and I'm going to tell you the other one, and I'll be telling you which one to do. He comes with a picture of his dog. Oh my God, I lost my dog. Can you help me find them? Can you help me find them? And you know what? A lot of you guys feel bad. And you're going to do it. So when I come with a picture of my dog, have you seen him? Can you tell me, hold on, let me go get an adult. And you run, by the way. Okay, right? You guys are going to, when you do it with your child, they're going to run. Don't have them run too far. But they got to practice. What you do on the mat is what you're going to do in the street. So you can't run far, but can come here, just run up to there. All right, so here, stay there. Oh my God, I love my dog, and you know that I have to give him medication. Look, here's a picture. Have you seen my dog?
Hold on, I'm going to get an adult, sir.
Very good. He didn't even give me a chance to say, help me find it. That's good. All right, so directions, which that shouldn't happen. Okay, I got it in my car, and I'm gonna go. My son is in, I'm gonna make up a name's house, and I don't know. I don't know how to get there because the GPS took me to the wrong place. And I'm going to call you. Get closer. And you don't. When I say that, you take a step back. And then I'm going to ask you, and you're going to say, I'm going to get an adult. So watch. Because what happens is they call you close, then they grab you. So, I'm driving. Hi, young man. Listen, my GPS put me in the wrong place. This is the address I'm looking for because my son, John, is at his friend's house. Can you come here and tell me? Can you tell me, please? Come over here.
Come on, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna look for an adult. Sure.
Yeah, okay. See, you don't want. What is it? See, you don't want to meet you. All right. So pretty much, guys, anytime a stranger talks to you, I'm gonna get an adult. Guys, we're gonna do this only real quick because I got the physical ones that are harder to do. So the first one, what I want you guys to do, remember everybody has to have a parent. The first one, I'll tell you when to switch it. You're going to practice it here and then at home. The first one is you're going to make believe you're carrying groceries or the groceries in the car and you're their neighbor, their nice neighbor, right? Because I'm telling you, I would not go to a neighbor child and tell them, come to my house and pull it in. Okay, you're going to act like you're the neighbor and you're going to tell them, and they got to practice saying, hold on, let me go talk to my mom and dad. Okay, you're going to give them $20. Yeah, $20 is a lot of money, right? To give you? Yeah, I think I would go, right? No. Most important thing is what we just did. If they grab you, it might be too late. Because remember, I don't care, guys. Listen to me. You might, but we still don't take risks. I'll never forget, but he was about 12, a lot older than most of you. Again, my youngest son. We're at a cruise. Some of you heard me say it. He goes to me that he wanted to go on his own. I don't know where. I go, no. Because I'm paranoid. I've heard stories, people get thrown over and all that. So he tells me, oh, Dad, why? All this time, he was already a junior black belt. I could defend myself. I go, not against an adult. Yes, I can. I'll punch him in the side of the neck. And I literally told him, no, we're in an elevator. And I go, you cannot knock me out punching in the side of the neck. So I tighten up. He hits me. I got the worst headache. I just did this. Guess what? As I go to walk out of the elevator, when I'm not ready, he goes, boom, I dropped. But, and then, yeah, you can imagine, my wife goes, when they take you guys out of this cruise, I'm staying, because there's cameras here. Oh, by the way, when he knocked me, what I mean by knockout is not you have to wake me up. I saw dark, dropped, and I was there. Then I opened my eyes and then I started laughing. But the answer was you still can't go. Because, again, that is a place to hit right here. But you got to hit as hard as you can. And you might knock out an adult, but you might not. I am not going to stand here and go to you guys, hit me and see. Any adult here, any one of you right now, punches me here or anybody, you'll knock them out. Because there's a triangle here. And here it's worse. So, with that in mind, the reason I told you was because I'm going to show you places. But my son was already a junior black belt, great wrestler, but I still wouldn't put him in the situation that he has to fight an adult. So, physical defense. Again, the first defense is your brain. I'm telling you, they said it there. It's here. Try not to get in a bad situation. Yet if you're grabbed, you got to know what to do. First, objects. Whatever you can grab. If you have, I don't know, a cell phone, hit them with a cell phone. If you have, this is for an adult. Hold on, let me finish. This is for an adult, this is not for a bully. Do not grab a cell phone and hit the bully. Because you're going to hurt him bad. And by the way, that bully, what I tell my students. After you kick the bully's butt, he's going to become your friend and he's going to stop bullying. So you don't want to hurt him bad. You don't, because that phone could make blood come out. So whatever you have, I don't recommend it for the younger ones, but for the older kids, if they're mature enough, this, and for you guys too, because this can change anything. It's a pen that nobody can tell you it's not a pen, yet not for the younger ones because they might hit a kid with it and it could damage them bad. So anything, keys. This is for an adult, not for a bully. Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir!
Okay, so use whatever object you could find. And again, if they're mature enough, then they can carry one of this. But you can't let any kid do it because they might even hurt themselves. Like I'm not a kid and I almost hurt myself. Because the one that I have is a little different. So I went to try that one out and I barely tapped myself. I almost punctured a hole in me. So, listen, this is important. We call it escape to gain safety. It's an acronym. Okay? Look at me. Everybody stop daydreaming. Because if your parents come and tell me, Mr. Anta, he just did this to or she just did this to a bully, I'm going to be upset. Because you could hurt someone bad. This is for an adult. Touching you, trying to steal you. An adult. Everybody got it?
Yes, sir!
Escape to gain safety. It's an acronym. Eyes. Now, he has glasses on. I'm still going to go for his eyes. I'm still going to go through the glasses. Wherever I can get them. Eyes, throat, or neck. The acronym is ET. But neck, I consider that too. Groin, shin. If you hit any of the shin doesn't hurt them bad, but they let go. That's why I put this on to show the techniques. Escape to gain safety. Now, they have you on the ground, and or if they have you lifted up, biting. Now, listen up. Again, do not bite a bully. You do not bite like this. No. When you bite, you cannot practice this with your parents or anybody. When you bite, you take a hunk. You don't let go. See, that person has you. Now you don't let go. You start biting with, we're going to do that to the hand, but you're not going to bite your parent's hand. You bite like a dog, like this. And then you pull to take a piece of the flesh. If they have you like this. If they have you like this, then you do what I told you, and it doesn't work because they move, then you just start, don't let go of the neck. They're going to drop you. Okay, so escape to gain safety is eyes, throat, groin, shin, and biting. All right, so the first technique. I'm going to show you all the techniques, and then with the time we have, you're going to practice a few. The only difference is that they're not going to kick your shins because it's going to hurt, and you're really going to drop them. So you guys are going to kick Rodrigo, and you two are going to kick my shin. Because what we did is I opened my legs so they wouldn't hit me. And that's what you're going to do. But nobody's going to grab you like this. So, the first one. Let's see. Rodrigo, you'll do it. Come. I'm going to explain it. Then, all of them. Then I'm going to explain the first one. And every time I'll give you a break so you guys can do it. I'm going to explain it slow. So let me see. Let me read. Hold on. Hands free. Picking him up from behind. Okay, behind, hands free. I pick him up from behind like this to take him. Okay, so Rodrigo is gonna. Look. I'm moving my head. He doesn't know what I'm gonna do. You're gonna start kicking my shins and headbutting me. Go, kick and headbutt, kick and headbutt. Now elbow, 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 elbow. Guess what? I wouldn't be able to hold him if he really kicked my shin and he headbutted me. But then I would throw elbows. Now, parents, look at me. This is what, with the hands loose. Look at me. He's trying to take them away. So, what I'm saying is, you guys, parents, look. Rodrigo, start kicking back. Do that so they don't kick you in the shin. And this is the worst. The headbutt. The headbutt hits your nose, you're literally going to drop them even faster. So, did you guys see what I did?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look,
Yes, sir.
guys, look at me. Go, Rodrigo. And headbutt, headbutt, headbutt. See what I'm doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If they hit you in the nose, parents, you're gonna, even if you don't bleed, you're gonna drop them, and it hurts. So that's one. So now I grab, it's gonna be the same thing. The only thing here, I told him he could add elbows. But the headbutt is the best. Headbutt to the nose. In anything, even you guys as an adult. I have somebody arguing with me, I know he's gonna attack me. I'll just go straight in with the top of my head to his nose. You don't headbutt with this, you headbutt with this or with this. So now this time, same technique. Except on the first one, he was able to elbow. He can't elbow now. So again, headbutt hard and fast because I'm gonna move my head and I have shin guards. So I pick him up, go. He starts headbutting and hard and fast and kicking harder, harder, like that. I'm gonna drop him. Now that's the thing, you see what happened?
Yes, sir.
He might fall on his face because that's why those of you, why do we do horse dances? So when they drop you, you still might land on your face, but it's better than being taken away. All right? So let's see what else. All right, so Nico, I'll get you now. Rodrigo, sit there. You're going to do the last one. Come.
Sure.
You're going to be in the front. All right. This one, guys, very careful with your parents. First of all, you're going to, the real way is this. Look at my hands. Nobody do anything, listen. You hear that? Make that noise. Okay, stop. Look. It's not this, it's not this. Just listen. No, stop. Listen. I have to make it like this. So when I go like that, oh, don't do it to yourself. I did it to myself once and dropped myself. Yes.
It's like with those little
Exactly. But look, like this. Now to your mom or dad, look at me. Guys, to your mom and dad, do not do that. You're gonna drop them. Just fake it. But in real life is this. Again, I keep on talking about the same son. He was the crazy one. And now he's the most calmest. One day he did a technique wrong. And I said, what are you gonna do now? Because he was playing around. He did it with one hand. Boom. I dropped. But do it with two, it's better. So watch. This time I grab him from the front. Guys, he's gonna clap my ear, stick me in the eyes. That should drop it. Then, if he misses the eyes, but this one he's gotta do with this. He's gonna headbutt there and kick the shin. So we're gonna make believe that it didn't work. He's gonna do it slow. I picked him up from the front with his hands. He goes, go. Boom, now he didn't get me. Headbutt and kick the shin. Kick the shin. I have to let him go. By the way, you saw I closed my eyes. Even though he didn't stick them in. Sorry, did I stick you? No.
Yes, sir.
Even though I didn't stick them in, I still closed my eyes. But the real thing is you go deep in with grab the ears. But to your parents, you're just gonna touch. Parents, close your eyes, because even if he doesn't stick them deep, when they touch your eye, your central nervous system collapses and you're gonna drop. All right, so then I think we have the back one. Oh no, the front one still. See, so the front one. The front one with the hands caught. Same thing, but I'm gonna move my head. He starts headbutting, go, and kicking the shins. I'm gonna drop him. Okay, we're not gonna have time for all of them, but I'm gonna still give you this one we didn't practice. The mouth covered. Maybe he has them like this and the mouth cover. That's when he's, don't bite me for real. But again, guys, it's not the kids bite. You hook it and you rip. When you rip and when he drops you, pull to hopefully take a piece of the muscle or a piece of the hand. So, and if if you don't get the bite, it's impossible not to get the bite. But you could also headbutt and kick with the shin. Okay, so let's do this. Bite and kick with the shin. So I grab him like this and I cover his mouth. Go, bite, kick with the shin. Boom. You see how I have to let him go? He didn't really bite me. I just wanted to act a little bit. All right? So the last one. Rodrigo, where are you? Parents, this one, put your hand there. This one, listen to me. They might not get it. Okay, they gotta know. Rodrigo, do a jump chicken kick. Go. They gotta know how to do that. What happens if he does it wrong? He's gonna land on his face. So that person might, don't do it yet, okay? He's gonna grab and pull. All right? So watch. I'm gonna grab him and pull him, but I have my hand there because it's gonna hurt. Even females is gonna hurt you. Make sure you put your hand there. Ready? Get over here, kid! Okay? Right? So, all right, so parents, right now, let's work this one that's very common, that they cover their mouth. Cover his mouth, yeah. Don't let go! Don't let go unless I kick you! Go. Go. There we go. Give him some energy, guys. 1, 2, 3, go. Good job. Let me hear it for him, guys. 1, 2, 3, go. Good job. Let me hear it for him.